running their own race. We are in it for the long haul here in the PVL. This is the heart of volleyball.
Step aside, I own this night. 차가운 시선도 out of sight. Pulse in my vein, it's electric gold. 내 불빛은 never cold. Light it up, no turning back. 세상 내 무대 track. 숨길 수 없어 내 vibe, so really energy you gonna feel. I'm invincible, nothing can break me. Limitless flow, don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave, wild and free. 이 무대 위, I'm all you see. Invincible, na 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 yeah. Na 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 na. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. 늦지 않아.
Alba and the AKARI Chargers, a team still looking for their first win here in the All-Filipino Conference. Can they get that today? But Kim Fajardo and the PLDT high-speed hitters, they are on a roll. They are #1 in blocking, digging, and setting, and they have no plans of stopping here in the Phil Oil Center. First game of 2, AKARI Chargers versus the PLDT high-speed hitters, and later on we have one more game between the Next Led Chameleons. They take on the Galleries Tower High Risers. Thank you so much, PVL fans, for joining us in the Pilipinas Live app. One Sports Plus right here on Signal TV. My name is Jaime Escalon, and our correspondent today is Kyla Kingsu. Sabi nga niya, it's not a sprint, it's not a marathon. Bakit may running terms ka na bigla? Are you gonna run soon?
Well, we're surrounded by all these athletes. I'm inspired, and I think I need to get some tips with dynamic stretches from you guys.
That's exactly what we were talking about later.
Yeah.
But alam mo, Kyla, sama natin sa running era natin our analyst for day, Anne Remulla-Canda. Are you interested, Anne, or volleyball?
Pwede rin na.
Pwede
to
din.
keep myself in condition.
I love that because you're playing a tournament right
yes.
now, and then now you're analyzing. But all right, Anne, let's take a look at what's been going on in the standings, because Kyla is right. It's not a sprint, it is a marathon, but it is definitely important to get a good start to this conference.
Well, for both these teams who are playing against each other today, alam natin, the AKARI Chargers, they were off to a slow start. Actually, this is probably, not the way they wanted to start off the tournament. They lost in the opening match against Choco Mucho, and they had a grueling 5-set loss against Zeus Coffee. Meanwhile, PLDT naman on the opposite side, they started off strong. They had that statement win against Creamline in their opening match. They also had that 4-set win against Capital One, and we know that here in this conference, all of the teams, they're pushed to really make it to the top 4 because they're all avoiding that long play-in tournament.
Well, let's talk about the AKARI Chargers first. They are 0-2, but the last time they faced PLDT, they defeated them for a bronze medal in the Reinforced Conference, so they have that confidence going for them. But speaking of confidence, yes, they were in a heartbreak loss versus Zeus Coffee in 5 sets, but she is the bright spot of that game after going through an injury in the Reinforced. Ang ganda na makita si Ivy in a healthy form this conference, Anne.
She is really a positive sign for the team. She may have started off a bit slow, only produced 6 points in their first game, but I think she really unleashed, her power in that last match. I mean, just 1 point shy, yung kanyang 24 points. Para na siyang nakapuntos ng isang buong set, and that's just how much power this lady has, and we're eager to see how she can be consistent.
Yes.
Also in today's match, they will be going up against a strong team today, and kailangan ng serbisyo ni Ivy.
Anne and Jaime, talking about Ivy Laxina, what always stands out to me when I speak with her or share conversation with her is how humble, how grounded she is, never rattled no matter the performance beforehand. I mean, we talked about the 24 big points, but for her, she wouldn't really call it necessarily a breakout performance. She said that marami pang kulang sa team, whether that's in terms of communication, their ability to bounce back after unforced errors. And sabi nga ni Coach Tina Salak that for Ivy, well, it was a good reminder that these big performances, these sparks are part of the process. And when we talk about process, I also want to give a quick update on Justine Hazarena, who we all know has been recovering from dengue. She is back, but she isn't 100%. We'll be seeing her on and off the court, so that's something to look out for as well.
Thank you so much, Kyla, because Justine Nazareno is a big part to this AKARI Chargers team. But yeah, we've seen it in the first two games. She is not totally at 100% yet.
And defense will be key. They are against a strong offensive team, no? So, aabangan din natin how they will make adjustments in today's match.
But now, let's pivot the conversation to the PLDT high-speed hitters. Double trouble. Savvy Davison, we know she is going to get to her numbers. We saw that last game. She had 20 points. But KKD was a revelation in a sense na it was one of the best games we've seen her coming out of her injury, where she was still adjusting in 2025. But the percentages of KKD here in 2026 is just different.
You know, this is the kind of progress you want to see. Trajectory going up for KKD. I mean, for both these ladies, 40 points combined. You know, what an amazing performance from them. But like what you mentioned for KKD, ang gandang makita how consistently she is getting stronger game after game. And, you know, her attack efficiency in that last match, 51%. That is a really, really good number. And for Davison, we are not surprised anymore. I think one of the things that we saw in the previous conference was her ability to really provide defense at the net. And she's been consistently a threat at the net. I think that's one of the things that is allowing PLDT to really solidify their defense.
You know, Jaime, and what's interesting with the PLDT high-speed hitters is that the connection and the chemistry that we see on the court, it's the same that you'd feel inside their dugout. Not to say that they're on cloud nine after just 2 wins early in the conference, but they just have really, really great energy. And I spoke to Savvy Davison, whom you talked about, and she told me that what's really worked for the squad the past year has been sticking to the same core, the same lineup. She talked about how the other teams were busy during the off-season revamping their lineup, making different adjustments. But for them, it's been about bonding, refining, and just building that winning culture that they have and that they have been enjoying. And kaya naman, that leaves us with a very big question to look out for this Thursday afternoon. And that question is for those watching us on the Pilipinas Live app. There's a live poll right below the stream where you guys can answer our question of the game. Today we are asking which team will attack with greater precision. Will it be the AKARI Chargers or the PLDT high-speed hitters? You saw Ivy Lacsina and Savvy Davison on your screens. You can answer that question as well by joining in our conversation online with the hashtag PVL2026. Now, I don't want to pressure you guys, but let's not keep our fans waiting.
Yeah, we should not keep our fans waiting because one team is hungry for their first win, another team looking to remain undefeated. The AKARI Chargers, they will face the PLDT high-speed hitters. That is coming right up here in the heart of volleyball.
Hi, I'm Justine Hazareno, and this is AKARI Chargers. Everyone's happy and willing na matuto sa bawat learning na ibibigay sa amin. We're open sa lahat ng kung ano man yung instructions, kung ano man yung sistema na gustong ipasok ni Coach Tina sa amin. And I know everyone is cooperating rin naman and communicating para maging one kami. When it comes to siguro yung skills, doon kami magbe-base sa kung ano yung strength ng team namin, which is yung mga middle blockers namin. Kasi doon talaga kami nabuboost yung confidence ng bawat isa. And siguro open kami sa kahit anumang suggestions, instructions na ibibigay sa amin. Now that bago pa nga si Coach Tina, we're building a culture na maging comfort namin yung bawat isa para at least pagdating namin sa laro, walang hiyaan, walang kahit anong ilangan sa court.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Playtime Fill Oil Center. This is match number 17 in the PVL All-Filipino Conference 2026. This match features the AKARI Chargers versus the PLDT high-speed hitter. And now let's meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Patrick Castillo, national referee. The second referee is Philip Ricahuerta, national referee. And now let's see the starters for the AKARI Chargers. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 2, Fifi Sharma. Outside spiker from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 5, Bretzel Soltones. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 13, San Domingo. Outside spiker from the National University, number 16, Ivy Laxina. Center from La Salle, number 19, Mars Alba. Opposite hitter from Adamson University, number 24, Ellie Soyun. Starting libero from La Salle, number 15, team captain, Justine Hazareno. Head coach for AKARI is Tina Sana. And now the starters for the PLDT high-speed hitters. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 3, Mika Reyes. Outside spiker from the University of Oklahoma, number 6, Savvy Davison. Center from La Salle, number 9, Kim Fajardo. Middle blocker also from La Salle, number 10, Matjoy Baron. Opposite hitter from La Salle, number 11, Kim Kiana D. Outside spiker from Arellano University, number 19, Jovi Prado. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, team captain, Kat Arado. Head coach for PLDT is Rald Ricafort. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It
Let's
is
take a look at
AKARI
the starters
versus
first for the AKARI Chargers. Similar starters compared to their last game. And of course, we haven't even began talking about how well Fifi Sharma and Sed Domingo are playing at the middle blocker position. And they will need those two versus the PLDT high-speed hitters. Similar starters as well. In comparison to their last game, Savvy Davison averaging 23 points per game. And we talked a bit about KKD and how well she has been playing. Spike efficiency, Ann, is at 44%. So
51%, actually. 51%. Amazing numbers.
and Kim Fajardo will start things off. A lot of great matchups for today's game. There's the center matchup, of course, and then the libero matchup, Aranda versus Azareno. Last time these two teams faced each other, it went to 5 sets. Not that I'm trying to imply anything here. Pwede naman, Ann.
Pwede naman, of course.
KKD first hit, and Laxina and Sharp are ready for it.
You know, for all of these teams, they, of course, have done their homework. They've done their scouting. They've watched the plays of the other teams.
Laxina now serving, coming off a 24-point performance. Reyes from the middle. Pump set. Soyud from the right pin. Straight to Davison. Dadalin kay Prado. Alba choosing the opposite side. Soft touch. And it works for Ellie Soyud.
A good start here for the Chargers.
They target Savvy from the middle. Reyes. And a quick point for PLDT. Mika Reyes and Majoy Baron, they've been playing really well here for PLDT as well. I mean, they are #1 in blocking, so 4 players are in the top 10.
That is why this is a good matchup. I mean, you know, even if the Chargers remain winless at this point, we know how they can challenge the other teams.
Soltones looking to challenge the defense. With her first point, she was limited to just 1 point versus Zeus Coffee. Sharma to serve. Fajardo bibigay kay Savvy. Pancake save for Alba. It's a good save for Mars. KKD. Efficiency displayed again by KKD.
I also love how much force she put into that drop. I think anything slower, it would have been picked up by the coverage, or the ones covering here on the side of AKARI.
First ball for Laxina. Soltones with a cross court. And she is looking to bounce back after struggling in her previous game. Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Good start for Soltones. 2 out of their 3 attack points, courtesy of Soltones.
Good first pass. KKD again. Ooh. And not enough touches left. So that's 2 points as well for KKD. Three serving 4 now for PLDT. Azareno, secondary setter here for Gretzel. Soltones bounces off the hands, kept in play. Arado with the coverage. And Davison will score her first point in the match. Domingo, short ball there. Soltones with a tough angle. Back to Savvy. Hazareno with the dig from the pipe. Laxina. And that's a fireball for Ivy Laxina.
For AKARI, their passing, their first touch is usually bitin, but they're still able to score the points. You see the intensity with their attackers.
Back to Alba. Quickly to send Domingo. Alba in the past 2 games, she has really maximized her middle blockers, always in double figures.
That's always good. And there you catch the blocker snapping.
Not the best of first balls there. They improvise here. Mars to the slide, tight to the net. Fajardo quickly to Majoy Baron. And si Coach Tina Sala parang gusto sumali.
Very active at the sideline. I think what has worked for AKARI, at least here at the start of this match, their defense is there. But of course, it will continue to be challenged.
Prado putting it up. Back row Savvy, switch up mid-air. Balik kay Laxina. And that point will go to AKARI off the block for Ivy Laxina. That's 3 quick points now for Laxina. Savvy has been the target for the first balls. And now Alba will send it to Ivy, try to place it. But a bit wide there for Ivy Laxina.
She has the right thing in mind, but questionable execution. It's also difficult, you know, sending it down the line.
Over reception and a regalo for Mika Reyes, and we're all tied up at 7.
Very little effort for Reyes finding that spot.
Laksina, savvy diving. Reyes mistimed it. And Alba will try attacking here. Had these rallies. And now a chance ball for PLDT. Fajardo will set back to Reyes. Longest rally so far of set number 1. And Mika Reyes with a stuff block. A reminder why they are the #1 blocking team as we head into our first technical timeout.
Welcome back to the PVL. It is set number 1, and you're currently watching the AKARI Chargers versus the PLDT high-speed hitters. Definitely seeing more promise and intensity on the Charger side. And based on my conversation with them today, is all about patience. Even with a winless record, sabi nga ni Coach Tina Salak, there's no desperation here, just urgency mixed with the necessary belief. Their setter Mars Alba shared that this stretch is revealing who can truly lead under pressure, not just vocally but through body language and energy. Last week, it was Ivy Laksina who also chimed in earlier, saying tonight should be about finally bring the spark AKARI needs to stay competitive here in the PVL. The question now is, who will step up today to make the first statement of the game? Let's find out, Jaime and Ann.
Thank you so much, Kyla. One thing about that report, and it's not about the vocal leader, sabi ni Mars, it's the body language. That's a big thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you know, especially for you know, these players, no, malaking bagay yung nararamdaman mo. People who are with you on the court, showing that leadership.
Well, body language now will be a test because PLDT is in the middle of a 5-0 run as the AKARI Chargers will call for time.
So pwede natin ilagay doon. Okay? So magkakaroon man tayo, Ellie, magkakaroon man tayo ng blue tsaka white, targeting pa rin natin to. Magkakaintindihan. Ang depensa nila, nakasiksik. Okay? So isang maganda pa sa tiwala lang.
Coach Tina Salak trying to put an end, calm the girls in the middle of a 5-0 run here.
Well, very specific targets as well being set.
Force field, Fifi Sharma versus Zeus Coffee. Past 2 games, she has been amazing, averaging 12 points per game to the conference so far.
Started off with 10 points in her first game, then 14 in the last game with Zeus Coffee.
This is now a 6-0 run for PLDT, and
they started off a bit slow earlier, but it looks like, you know, everything just flowing really smoothly in the way that they play.
it's not a sprint daw kasi. It's a marathon.
Tama si Kyla doon.
That is my phrase of the day. Ivy Laksina. What a save by Hazareno. Keeping it in play. And now a chance ball for the white shirts. Balik kay Prado with the block breaker. And the run continues.
7 points. And These are all really earned points of PLDT. Everyone getting into the action in terms of attacking. Also gotta give credit. Passing has been on point. That's why CAF having a field day, really trying to choose which play to execute.
Sharma trying to dump it down. Balik kay Prado, one blocker. And that ends the 7-0 PLDT run. Going back to your point, and with PLDT, they look really comfortable. I think it also stems from Kyla's report that same core for the past year, and they just look like they're gelling.
Oh, what about that one from Fajardo?
Some creativity for Kim Fajardo.
And also peripheral vision. I mean, seeing that open spot.
Tagawad is inside, by the way. And doors are shut for Eli Soyud.
Just really showing a lot of power here at the net. We're talking about PLDT. I mean, everything really working their way from their attacks, their blocking.
Fajardo continues to serve. Fifi Sharma trying to spark some momentum. She gets her first point of the game.
A much-needed point. She will still be in front. I think they need to make sure that they catch up, they score more, not let PLDT get a much bigger lead than this.
And a service ace for Chen Tagawad. Bunot from the bench of Coach Tina Sala.
You really have to find ways, if not to score a point, at least break the plays of PLDT.
Another tough serve for Tagawad. KKD from the opposite side. And she has been automatic, really.
We talked about her attack efficiency. It's all about consistency.
Prado is actually leading all scorers right now with 5 points. Balik kay Soltones. That is sent right back for AKARI. Soyud had to adjust. Tried to go above there. Sending it out of bounds. Looks like there's a challenge on the floor, so no technical timeout just yet. Pero grabe yung mga surprises ng PLDT. Yung pre-game, pinag-usapan natin na KKD, the Savvy Davison, and here comes Jovi Prado, leading all scorers with 5 points.
But you know, this is also, I think, why PLDT is able to hold and control the pace of the game. I mean, no matter what rotation they are in, meron at meron pupuntos.
So we await a block touch challenge. Is a no. Very close though to the finger, but 6-point lead now officially for PLDT, as that is an unsuccessful challenge. Second technical timeout. Joy Baron and the PLDT high-speed hitters cannot be reached right now. I like that. I really like that. 11 points, 5 blocks. Cannot be reached. So So still a 6-point lead for PLDT. Mid-air switch up there for Soltones.
It's also been very steady here in this set. AKARI has to score more, but I think first things first, they have to keep the ball alive. All of those attacks coming from the side of PLDT.
Out of system, and Savvy Davison, she's not a choosy player. She will score anything she's given to.
But just, look at the hang time. So she really has the capability to adjust while in midair.
Yan ang cannot be reached talaga, si Savvy.
Hirap eh. Pwede ka pang magkape, dumaan sa ilalim.
Soltones. Domingo. One-handed save for Savvy. KKD. With 4 points now on 4 attacks.
PLDT pulling away, just really very consistent with their offense.
If there's one thing about AKARI, Mars Alba has found connections to their middle blockers here.
And that's what they need. They have been scoring off the middle. Mataas yung porsyento. They just need to be able to get a good first touch.
Cal will enter the game for the first time on a double substitution with Jean Soreño. Trying to mix things up here, Coach Tina Salak. Fajardo the set. Savvy. Saved by Cal. Tagaod from the back. Arado will set. How about that set by Kat Arado? And a free ball here for PLDT. Calf back again. KKD. She has been so... I know I sound like a broken record, Ann, but the efficiency here is set number 1.
I think, we talk about KKD and her efficiency, but likewise, the other attackers here for the high-speed hitters, it feels like, they really have a good eye on all those open spots, no? Yung mga hindi unmanned spots on the side of AKARI.
This time it's Savvy from the other end. Tagaod digging. Domingo not ready. And now it's back to Davison, right? That cross score, that's inside.
And the tough thing is that you see the attackers of PLDT ibabaw kung pumalo, and they have such a great view of the court on the opposite side.
This is now the biggest lead of the high-speed hitters in set number 1. Out of bounds for KKD. That's a good serve for Soltones. And an opportunity for AKARI. Laxina. Slowed down by the blockers. Counter attack for Davison. Azareno will bump it back to Ivy, who breaks the barrier.
Hopefully, this rotation would allow AKARI to get closer to PLDT.
Another good serve for Soltones. Davison will make do. Oh, Jean Soreño nabitin.
Oh. Maybe that too much.
Trout inserting a double sub as well with Alcantara and Jessie De Leon. Davison now is in the back row. Sharp serve for Savvy. Laxina, that was read well. Soreño from the other end. Good adjustment there for Jean Soreño.
Ball was a bit high. Davison reaching for it. There's still a lot of room though for PLDT.
Alcantara and Majoy Baron. It was just too quick for AKARI. 3 points away from taking set number 1. Now serving and sweeping is Sheila Quiseo.
Serving for the high-speed hitters, Sheila Quiseo.
She's a tough server.
Just really learned to specialize in her role, embrace that role. Another great serve for Quiseo. Alcantara choosing Reyes and Fifi Sharma with a one-man block.
You know, for AKARI, they were talking about patience earlier, and I think that's right. And I don't want to be rattled, especially when you're playing catch-up. But also, there is that urgency already here in the first set. I mean, they can't let PLDT pull away any further.
And now would be a good time to come back with Laksina and Soyud with Sharma in the front row. Chance ball na naman para sa AKARI. Fifi Sharma. That's 2 straight points for Fifi. And Coach Rodrigo Fort has seen enough of Fifi Sharma. He will call timeout here. Let's listen in.
Transition. Nakabantay.
Inaano niya lang, binibilisan niya lang talaga. Iniiwas niya rin.
Same sa Buelo, just Pasa mo na sa pasa.
Yung ganun ka. Kunin ko na yan. Second ball. Patakbo ka na kasi baka maganot. Nag-aalan din ako sa'yo. Melody!
Coach Entore in the building. Nextland will face Galleries. The game after this. Nextland is also a team to watch here, undefeated in the All-Filipino Conference. It's really hard to predict this All-Filipino Conference.
Which makes it really a good one to follow and to watch.
Kasi it's a marathon.
Gusto ko yung napapasok yung it's a marathon. But yes, that is true.
As a running enthusiast, I got excited. And right now, AKARI is a team looking to go on a run. Down by 6. As PLDT are 2 points away.
You know, if you're a coach, you call the timeout. This is the kind of response that you want. You get a point right away.
And AKARI's turn to call time here with CAF getting ready to serve. Let's listen in Coach Tina Sala.
Variation ng attack sila. Huwag tayo masyadong dumodo. Tignan muna natin kung ano gagawin nila. Kasi the more nakapenetrate yung blocks natin, the more nila hinahagis lang. Hindi naman pumapano na kami, nilalagay lang. So kailangan maging smart din tayo kung paano natin babasahin kung paano sila atake. Okay? Dahan-dahanin lang natin. Pumasa muna tayo, Mars. Run tayo ng play. Tapos mag-run tayo ng break. Yung break point, mahaba pa yan. Malayo pa yan.
Patience tayo sa basa. Kahit di perfect, basta mataas. Okay? AKARI!
Some composure by Coach Tina Sala. That's Carlos Sharma with Jared Schnacky. The 2 important men in Fifi's lives. So ganun na lang. Kung ako katabi ko si Carl, parang matatakot ako eh.
Matatakot ka?
Such a great player. But right now, let's go back to the game. Ivy Laksina. She's trying to fight here for AKARI. Now with 5 points.
You know, the reminder of Coach Tina earlier, tama rin, you know, because what happens is that nauuna yung blocking nila, nag-a-adjust yung attacker. It's correct. They have to respond. They have to be the one to adjust to the attack. But how is the question?
Point City back at it for set point.
Single block for KKD. Not enough.
1 point away. Sharma is blocked. Azareno will bump it. Bigay kay Soyud. That has to feel good for Ellie Soyud. They've been double teaming her kanina pa.
Have to find a way. That was a good top spin there.
Good first pass for Arado. Sharma putting it up. Pancake save, it's still good.
All on the floor.
Good lap there by Cap.
Look at that again. Good pancake save.
Ano
Hindi na
tawag doon,
nakatayo
Ann?
eh.
The laying down spike. Only from Kim Fajardo. 1 point away still for PLDT. They try Soyud, soft touch, covered by Arado. Set back to KKD. Ellie will try once more. Sharma with great reflexes. And the rally continues. Davison. Another long rally we have here. So Tones looking to put an end to it. And she does it with her veteran moves.
This is a good run for AKARI. 3 consecutive points. Just no room for errors.
Good fight back from AKARI here. Coach Raul calling another timeout.
Pati yung tingin. Yung normal block side, tulak-tulak ka sa gilid. Safe sa kayo dito, check. Check ka, Job, ha? Diretso.
Okay, dahan-dahan muna tayo. Receive muna kami sa likod, ha? Palo kay Sarah. Let's go! Eh, PLDT! Together!
Spacing, spacing. Go, 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 go.
PLDT 1 point away, but AKARI with a good fight back. They are on a 3-0 run. With Fifi Sharma continuing to serve here. She is the top server in the PVL right now, number 5.
And, you know, AKARI is in a good position with her doing the serve.
Good first pass. And Davison. Chance ball for PLDT here. Arado. Fajardo. KKD, that is outside. So it's a 4-0 run, and AKARI is still alive here in set number 1.
This is patience working in favor of the ladies in pink.
Back to Fajardo. Davison looking to put an end to it. She finally ends the run with a big point to seal the deal here in set number 1. Take a look at this one more time. Perfect targets. Target of the hands of Soyud. The PLDT high-speed hitters will take set number 1 here. The score of 25-22. 30 minutes later, and the PLDT high-speed hitters will take set number 1. They got the lead and with a 7-0 run, but a good fight back in the end by the AKARI Chargers, ending on a 4-1 run. But just too much KKD, too much Jovi Prado and Savvy Davis in there.
You know, they made good adjustments. We're talking about AKARI. They really demonstrated patience in that last set. You know, again, we go back to PLDT and how efficient they are. You know, when it comes to offense, I think going into set number 2, AKARI should be very careful in allowing PLDT to take the lead. Sayang, no? Nakikita natin they can really make those runs. It was just probably too late.
Take a look at some of the statistics here.
Not surprised, attacking department led by PLDT, 20 as opposed to 16 only for AKARI. But the blocking, no? This is, I think, something that we've seen in that last set. Nasabayan din ng AKARI itong PLDT. One service ace for AKARI. What is good, though, in that last set was that it was a quality game from both teams. Both teams managed to just minimize their errors with 3 points. Yun lang ang ipinamigay nila. So talagang pinaghirapan nila bawat isang puntos in that last set.
I've seen some long rallies as well, 30 minutes. But I think for AKARI, you should not procrastinate. Medyo yung 7-0 run was the game changer in that set where PLDT never really looked back. Mahirap mag-procrastinate, Ann.
And, you know, hirap humabol. Apart from catching up with the score, yung pressure there, you're adding pressure on your side. But itong si Laksina, hindi masyadong pressured. Scored 5 points in that last set. D as well. Talk about attack efficiency. But overall for the teams, I think that's one advantage that the high-speed hitters had in set number 1. They had a 37% attack efficiency, while AKARI only had 28.
So we welcome you to set number 2. Jaime Escalon with Adremul Yakanda and Kyla Kingsu on the sidelines. This is set number 2 for our first game, where AKARI is trying to get their first win. PLDT looking to remain undefeated. Chance ball right away for AKARI. Alba set up. Laksina will hit. And Laksina, since that last game, is just looking confident.
Same with the first set. Ano, this AKARI earning the first point.
Fajardo, back set. And Kim Kiana D will score once more.
What we haven't seen in this game, not too much combination plays. I think for both teams, they have been opting to go for more efficient sets.
Fajardo sending it to Baron. Azareno will play setter. Good block there for Savvy. Good first pass for Justine Hazareno, and that is the result. Take a look at that one more time. Sharp serve for Ivy Laksina. Davison. And now it's back to Sharma with back-to-back points.
Carries able to score off the sets from the middle.
You can tell Fifi and Mars, they like playing together. They just know how to have fun.
They know each other very well. Sanay na sa set timing.
One more time. That's 3 in a row for Fifi Sharma. And now let's go to Kyla Kingsu. Kyla.
Hi, man. And clearly being undefeated here in the conference so far hasn't made the PLDT high-speed hitters relax at all. In fact, it has made them more detail-oriented and more aware of the small things that keep their team in rhythm. We're seeing Kim Fajardo really working her magic here so far, and then she actually shared about having that balance for PLDT. Coach Raud did give them the weekend off. Players got to rest or celebrate Valentine's. Kath, KKD, Majoy, and Mika got to even attend a wedding in Cebu, and when Aliyah Malaluan attended her recognition rites and will be graduating cum laude this week. Just goes to show how much the coaches trust their players, giving them the time and space to not put their lives on hold, allow them to celebrate, but also shows how disciplined the PLDT girls are, able to come in strong here after an eventful weekend.
All right, after that timeout, a great report by Kyla Kingsu. There is life, guys, outside of volleyball. May pumunta ng kasal, may graduate, may nakipag-date. And you love that because then you can kind of recharge outside of the game.
And you know, sometimes they need it also because you know how hard they prepare and how much they have trained, diba, pag may upcoming conference.
And since it's a long conference, you don't want to be burnt out. So,
Tsaka Valentine's eh.
Valentine's. Baka para kay Coach Ral talaga. yung break. Guys, ako talaga may
Talangin natin mamaya.
Kyla pa, patanong na lang Kyla. All right, back to the game here. 3 serving 5. KKD currently has 7 points. So far in this set, it's Fifi Sharma and Mars Alba setting the tone. KKD was ready for that Sharma attack. For Soyud. Now it's for Savvy. Hazareno, what a dig. Soltones. Another long rally. Davison will try. And another great save by Hazareno. Smart play there for Kat. Soltones, Arado with some floor defense as well, and the rally continues. Davison to put an end. Come on.
But great showcase of defense for both teams. I mean, those weren't easy attacks. And Hazareno also. We were talking about how she's still not 100%, but you know, that exchange.
Sa lagay na yun?
Oh, sa lagay na yun, diba? Very impressive.
That time just a little bit too late. So we're all tied up at 5. That is inside for Kiana D. KKD is in full form and a timeout now for Coach Tina Salak.
Tignan lang muna. Kung pwede natin i-close na yung one, nandun naman si Justin, hayaan na natin siya deliversa. Okay? So kailangan lang natin maputol, isang magandang play. Balik na ulit, ha? Tapos run lang natin, run lang. Tiwala, may coverage naman tayo, tiwala tayo sa atake. Okay, pwede tayo mag-oration, huli na tayo doon sa base. Pwede tayo mag-oration ng high-end. Okay?
One thing Anna got from that timeout, yung belief ni Coach Tina kay Justine. Nandiyan naman siya eh. Huwag na kayo matakot. She's been playing so well.
But I think she doesn't mind the pressure, you know? She's clearly directing and owning the floor.
But that time, too good of a block by Majoy Baron, the #1 blocker right now in the PVL.
All about timing and reading the attacker.
Sharma sending it wide. This is now a 5-0 PLDT run, and we have our first technical timeout. Dwight Ramos in the building supporting KKD here. And that's because Gilas Pilipinas, they have a game here this week. So similar to the story from Kai, hindi pwede puro basketball lang. Sometimes you have to watch your partner play and kind of unwind.
KKD-inspired volleyball.
Kaya pala inspired, no? 8 points, leading all scores. And this is now another 7-0 run. So, deja vu for PLDT.
And I think this is what we were talking about also earlier. No? AKARI needs to put a stop to this immediately. But, you know, easier said than done, of course, because, I mean, look at PLDT, how solid they are at the net.
Soltones, that's a hard hit. But buhay pa rin ang bola. And a rejection.
I mean, all the attempts, Baron, Calf, and Davison, really making sure that they're right there.
So kind of the same plot we saw in set number 1.
Parang hiningal din sila dun eh.
Where in set number 1, PLDT led in a 7-0 run. Right now, Soltones puts an end to that 8-0 run from PLDT.
Much needed point. Soltones using the hands of Baron to get that point. This should be a good one for AKARI. Sharma, very consistent server.
Davison trying to go behind the blockers. Savvy will try again. He was trying to lean on that cut shot, and it is a point for Savvy Davison.
I think this is what works for PLDT. They lose a point, but they get it back right away. So there is that urgency, even if they're the ones with the lead.
Nazareno will play secondary setter for Soltones, who got the check. And there, hands of King Fajardo. Dapol is inside, by the way, for the AKARI Chargers, and Jean Soreño is back in, playing opposite Spiker. Joy saved by Justine. Cal to Jean. Arado with a dolphin dive. And Prado will send over a free ball. Baron shuts it up. And Dapol will send it to Cal. Now to Domingo. And a great play for the AKARI Chargers.
And that receive returned by Arado actually allowed AKARI to be able to set up.
Pump set. Prado. And a two-man wall care of Domingo and Soreño. And their lead is just now at 2. Good response here for the AKARI Chargers. As Coach Ralph Ricafort will put in Aliyah Malaluan. First ball problems here. That's a point for PLDT. Much needed one, really.
They had such a big lead earlier. Nakahabol ng konti ang AKARI.
Soltones. Baron with a dig from the pipe, Savvy. Nazareno has got it covered. Soltones na naman. spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan.
Such a nice, sharp cross-court attack there by Soltones.
Fajardo will toss for Reyes. And that is a point for AKARI. Not enough touches left for PLDT. And now they are within one.
PLDT has been having trouble with their passing. Makikita natin, they're unable to execute plays. Fajardo has to adjust. Mostly high sets. This allowed AKARI. And again, unable to set up plays here, PLDT.
Easy over. Fajardo, bibigay kay Savvy. That is rejected. And we're all tied up at 12.
Gotta give credit to AKARI. Really very patient in earning all those points. I mean, they were down 10-5 earlier.
What about the insertion of Dapol, giving a different type of energy here? Malaluan finding the open spot. Fajardo now with a full front line. 9 excellent sets for CAF. Pump set for Malaluan again. And this time it is a bit wide for Aliyah. Domingo will serve, so Cal Soreño and Dapol with great minutes coming from the bench here, Anne.
Russ, still there. Contribution is there. I think for PLDT, much better first ball there.
Back to Soreño. Arado with another great save. Cal trying the quick. Arado will bump it towards KKD. And Fifi Sharma gives AKARI the lead.
Perfect block right there. Pero ito yung adjustment na sinabi ni Coach Tina Salak earlier. Dapat hindi nauuna yung kamay nila. Sila yung mga habol sa attackers.
Savvy has been the target for almost every serve here. Gene Soreño cross court. Ball is still alive. Daps Dapol. Arado saving. Malaluan. Got it.
These ladies are working hard for each and every point.
Soreño puts it down.
What a clean point. The Soreño unmanned spot. And it's perfect. She was a left-handed attacker, delivering it right there at the corner.
15 serving 14. Fajardo looking to get Savvy going. And now it's a crawl in set number 2.
Excellent clearance there by Davison.
Good first pass. Dapol neutralized at the net. Counter attack for Majoy, who sends it outside. So the AKARI Chargers will take us to our second technical timeout. for Ravenna in the building. Of course, supporting Danny Ravenna of the AKARI Chargers. And the 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference is in full swing. Watch it on Pilipinas Live app anytime, anywhere. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Back to set number 2. 16-15 is the count. A 1-point lead so far for the AKARI Chargers. Savvy Davison looking to take over, but Hazareno has been playing good floor defense. Metzel Soltones finding the line.
These long attacks. Look at that. And, you know, wala nang tao dun eh. Has been working. They just need to be consistent. Talking about AKARI.
Back to Soltones, switching mid-air. Cal gets an attack point.
Love this energy from AKARI Chargers. Walang pressure eh. Kahit they were down 10-5 earlier. Substitutions also. It's been working.
He tried to slide for Fifi. It's tight to the net.
Yeah, too close.
Colliding with Savvy there, but both of them are okay. It's a collision. Nice to see both players well on okay here. 1-point lead for AKARI. Soltones, same spot, same result.
You know, that is... There's no one there, no? Defense. Yan yung buta sa formation ng PLDT. And if it has worked, go there again. Again, no fancy plays right now. No combination plays. It's mostly to the wingers. And that seems to be the problem here for AKARI right now.
Error there for Fifi at the service line. That one with some help from the net. And we got 4 players coming down from that serve of Savvy Davison.
That's tough. If it touches the tape of the net, you see the ball getting redirected. Lands in a different direction. You see the effort to keep it alive.
Good reflexes for Arado. Domingo puts it down. And AKARI back with a 1-point lead.
The best thing ever if you're at the net. Regalo.
Malaluan is now the target. Aliyah gets it back. No coverage. And a 2-point cushion now for AKARI.
We aren't surprised. We've seen how AKARI can really challenge their opponents.
Coach Raul Ricafort will call for time. His team down by 2.
Kahit from receive pero na agad Huwag kang madaliin Window lang niya. Go, go, go.
Go tayo, go tayo. PLDT!
Next-led Chameleons with the future next-led Chameleon. Right here, they face on the Galleries Tower High-Risers, and the game after this, unsure with the time because based on what we're seeing in the first 2 sets, it could be a long one. Fajardo Dapol was ready. Jean Soreño denied. Back to Soltones. And Majoy Baron is not in here.
Right now, though, as we look at that replay, that block from Baron, for a moment there, I thought Domingo seemed to have twisted her ankle or stepped on someone, but looks like she's okay.
Alcantara and De Leon are inside for a double substitution. Caseo now serving and sweeping once more. Good serve. Domingo. I thought that was a tough serve, but Azareno managed to put it up.
Azareno really making a big difference. Hindi rin sinasabi, no? Hindi pa 100%, but delivering.
That is outside for Soltones. An expensive one for Gretzel.
They had a more comfortable lead. They will be on the receiving end, an opportunity to score from an attack.
Soreño will set Dapol straight to the net. And we're all tied up at 22. And now it is a race to 3. Timeout for the AKARI Chargers. Let's listen in on Coach Tina Salak here.
Asa ulit tayo, target na, ang tatargetin ng dalawa. Okay, kailangan lang natin high ball. Hayaan natin si Moy magpabilis ang play. Wala lang tayo sa play. Ngayon, pagdating naman na atake, cover tayo lahat. Walang babagsak na ball. Run lang tayo ng run. Walang hihinto. End game tayo, end game na. 3 points na lang. Walang hihinto. Kapitan na natin to. Let's go, let's go.
Let's go, ha? Let's go! AKARI!
Let's see if the AKARI Chargers can hold on, as Coach Tina Salak mentioned.
They need to be able to finish.
22-all. 7-10.
Again, opportunity here because they will be on the receiving end.
Dapol. That has been the open spot. That is the 3rd time now they have scored on that spot.
Adjustments have to be made. Likewise, defense at the net need to be able to cover that angle.
2 away for AKARI. Over, receive. Savvy, good save. Soreño for set point. What a hit by Jean Soreño.
All these long attacks, able to give AKARI the lead. And they've been consistent. AKARI hindi natin nakikita to be delivering their attacks short. It's mostly long. It has worked for them. They keep going at it.
That's one set point saved by KKD.
No room for errors para sa PLDT. Meanwhile, an opportunity for AKARI to close this set.
Cal will go to Sharma. Mika Reyes ties it up at 24. And we now have an extension. Mika was ready for Fifi on that one. Cal will set up Soreño here. Malaluan keeping it up. Free ball for the Chargers. Cal Back to Dapol, who puts it down.
You just really have to find ways to cut that one off the hands of KKD.
Alba and Soyud are back in. Great job for Cal and Soreño to bring AKARI back, and now they are at set point. Arado will set it up. KKD. Hazareno was right there. Dapol denied by KKD. Mistimed. Davison will attack. And back with a deadlock.
We expected nothing less from both these teams. What a tight second set.
Alba back to Dapol. Perfect target for Dapol, and back at set point are the AKARI Chargers.
Dapol has been playing well.
And Dapol with 4 points off the bench. Davison denied. Savvy again, rejected. Good blocking for AKARI. Third time, still denied. Free ball for the Chargers. Soltones. Rado says not yet. Back to Davison. Last minute save for Alba. Soyud will try. And Arado keeping it in play. What a rally we have here. Back to Soltones. Solid defense for both teams. And Fifi Sharma ends the set on a kill block.
You know, this is where you see basang-basa na rin si Davison. These are the last parts of that set.
Every door was shut. Every window was closed for Savvy Davison. And Fifi Sharma gets it done on set number 2. A set that had 11 deadlocks and 4 lead changes. We're all tied up at 1 set apiece. 32 minutes, an exciting set number 2. AKARI Chargers, they got the job done. And it was defense, both floor and net defense that got them that set win, Ann.
But, you know, gotta admire how patient, that I go back to that word, how patient AKARI was, you know, in that last set. Despite yung leads, they had to play catch up. They just tried to play consistent. And, you know, talk about that ending with Sharma also really closing the door on Savvy Davis on 4 attempts rather. All man at the net. I think maganda rin yung mga hugot nila, no, in that last set. Really worked for them. As we look at the numbers for that previous set, things have shifted. You know, attacking department now in favor of AKARI. I think that's one of the big things. But also big numbers pagdating sa blocking. 5 block points for each team. One of the things that siguro could have made the life of AKARI easier in that last set, they gave up more points, no, in that last set. 6 errors given up. 3 points para sa PLDT. So, you know, for PLDT, something to look at also, because in the first set, they did earn all of the points. But this time around, maraming contribution yung errors ng AKARI.
Yeah, in set number 2, PLDT, they had an 8-0 run, and you thought it was going to be another walk-by in the set. But then, like you said, Coach Tina put in Camille Cal, Jean Soreño, and Tapol, completely changed the complexion of the set. And Fifi Sharma just finished it with 4 checks on Savvy Davison, which is, that's a lot versus a player like Savvy Davison.
But you know, there are other things, the non-scoring skills. We did talk about all of the points. But I think one thing that changed the way AKARI played was their digging and their reception. 42% excellent digs for AKARI. High-speed hitters only with 14. Pagdating sa reception, 48% for AKARI, while the high-speed hitters only had 12.5%. So ang laki ng disparity.
All right, we are now in set number 3, tied at 1 set apiece. It's been a long set number 1 and set number 2. Kyla kasi, pero hindi ko nasasabihin yung word. But let's see
I know
what
you're itching to say it.
I think
I'll wait for it later.
The fans have had enough of that word today, for the day. Kota na. But it pretty much describes this game, the way, the trajectory of this game. Let's see if PLDT will bounce back here. That is outside for Fifi. So it looks like here for AKARI, Dapol will earn the trust of Coach Tina Salak. Misreceived there. Out of system for Soltones. KKD from the opposite side. And Soltones just keeping it alive. We've got a free ball. Fajardo loves these. That's why Reyes first point here in set number 3. Sharp serve for Malaluan. Back set. That's a good set. And Soyuz using Davison's hands. AKARI gets on the board.
Look at that Soyuz. So there was that wave, no, on the hand of Davison.
Straight to the net for Tapol. So 3 serving 1 now. Fifi. Alba back. 1 blocker. That's a big problem when guarding Eli Soyud.
All of these long attacks continue to be effective here for AKARI.
That was their go-to play late in set number 2. PLDT just couldn't adjust. And now another chance ball for the Chargers. Alba will set up Soltones. She just knows what to do.
I think at this point, the AKARI Chargers are very cognizant of the blocking in front of them. But they're making it work in their favors. Really looking for the hands. Scoring off the block.
Great first pass. KKD, she loves that move. KKD now 9 points in the game. Too strong.
Ooh.
Ball is still live. Soyud. First referee awarding that point to the AKARI Chargers.
I think high-speed hitters want to challenge because they saw that the linesman signaled that it was out.
So a ball in, ball out challenge. Let's see here.
Not a lot of challenges here in this game. But this could be worth it because they did lose that second set.
That is inside, right at the line.
Just even the slightest touch at that white line.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
Straight into the net for Soyud.
Soltones above the blockers. Still going for the long ball here are the hitters of AKARI, but PLDT now with a 2-point lead.
Well, that last one was tough also because the set was a bit too far from the net for Soltones.
Here's Davison, 11 points.
Passing, bit of a challenge here for AKARI.
And that is outside for Justine Hazareno. Ivy Laxina is back in. Savvy has been getting a lot of love from the tape of the net. But Domingo this time scoring her 9th point. So once again, 8 points for Sharma, 9 points for Domingo. Both players usually in double figures, so it's been consistent here.
Oh, good serve.
Free ball. Alba will choose Domingo again. KKD. Perfect dig. And Malaluan tried to swipe it. But it will not work. So AKARI within 1. From the back row, Davison. She is looking to get hot here in the 3rd set. And PLDT will race to the first technical timeout first. We'll be back in a moment.
watching the PVL, and just like that, we are already in set number 3 with the PLDT high-speed hitters and the AKARI Chargers, who are working overtime to make sure that their efforts in claiming the previous set will not go to waste. As their setter Mars Alba told me, she really believes that once they feel just one win unlock, momentum will follow. It's as much as a mindset as it is a result. Sabi nga niya, even small points give the team confidence. For her, it's about being hyper-aware, noticing and managing the energy on the court, and that's exactly what we saw from Mary Rose Dapol off the bench, who made the difference in the tight moments. This is a team trying to prove something to themselves. Winless doesn't always mean lost, and undefeated doesn't always mean comfortable. Hi, Menan.
Wow, what a last line from Kyla there, but that's true. Had a lot of learnings in those last 2 games. And now it's a free ball for the AKARI Chargers. And Laksina getting back on the board. Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan. That one care of Ivy Laksina with her 8th point of the match.
Oh, what a serve.
Davison now with 13 points. It's been a quiet 13 points really for Savvy Davison.
I think, I think athleticism is there, but we've seen also in the previous set how she was challenged at the net, and the blockers doing their job well. Specifically, Sharma was manning the net.
Alba goes towards Laksina. Arado dig. Malaluan. What a save by Kat Arado. Back to Laksina. That's a tough angle for Ivy. Now it's with Aliyah. Malaluan just smarts right there.
And Malaluan likes bringing the ball down the line.
That was actually Malaluan who saved it before Arado, so great reflexes for Aliyah. 4-point lead for PLDT.
I think one of the things that we've proven in this match, no lead is safe.
Laksina slowly getting on here. Combination play won't work for PLDT. Toss for Laksina.
Oh, I love that. Not one of the strongest hits, just really well placed right there in the middle.
And Ivy Laksina now has 3 points in this set and 10 points overall. Malaluan from the left pin. That is what Abil is here for. Laksina na naman. Oh, she is on fire.
3 consecutive points para sa AKARI. We did stress the fact that in set number 2, it was AKARI leading in terms of reception and defense, and they continue to do so here in the 3rd.
From the back row, Davison. Hazareno has made it difficult for Davison today. KKD. Great sweeping there by Judith Abil. Sharma, it's still alive. What a rally we have here. Malaluan looking to go down the line. Asking for a check. Looks like the point will be awarded to PLDT.
You see them catching their breath.
I think both teams are.
There you go. Straight by the arm of Soyun.
Smart hitting from Malaluan in this set. Arado. Oh, and they managed to get it over. Soyud. Off target there for Ellie. I have been so entertained with Hazareno and Catarado in this game.
It's a show, a defensive show, but you gotta love how, you know, they're not there, then all of a sudden they're there to defend.
Magician, ganun. Timeout here for Coach Tina Salak. They're down by 3. Let's listen in.
Nagkakaroon lang tayo ng nagra-rattle tayo. Possession natin sa tatlo spikers natin, huwag natin madaliin. Okay, process natin lahat. So yung depensa naman, naka-ano naman sila, naka-gitna sila. So discardin natin may game. Lahat ng momentum nasa atin. Okay, nagiging careless lang tayo sa atake natin, sa mga outsides natin. Isa-isahin lang natin.
Good job kayo. Tuloy lang tayo.
Cover lang natin.
Stop.
Depensa. Patience pa. Discard lang yan eh.
AKARI! Chargers!
Dina Wong in attendance here, supporting the AKARI Chargers for today's game. They're down by 3. Ivy Lacsina, though, starting to heat up in the third set. As Malaluan is set to serve. Back to Lacsina. 2 blockers present. Ivy takes a step back. Easy up by Malaluan. KKD, 1 blocker. Makes them pay.
Talk about efficiency. That's KKD.
Saltones is back inside, replacing Abil. Sharma, one-handed save by Malaluan. Another one by Malaluan. Davison approaching. Counter-attack for Soyud. And out of nowhere, Arado was there. Alba quickly to Fifi for the finisher.
And, you know, while everybody else has not put themselves in the right defensive position, Alba decides to give it to Sharma.
9 points for Fifi Sharma. Yun yung sinasabi mong anyong appear, disappear.
Yan, oh, yan.
Kat Arado.
Doon pala siya.
Saan galing yun? 11 serving 14. Another great game for Ivy Lacsina. So 2 straight games in double figures. And a service ace for Poison Ivy. Lacsina, good dig. Saltones with a put away. And cuts this lead down to 1.
Saltones in between the blockers.
Davison.
It's been tough. You know, I mean, still has some points for today, but it's been a tougher day for Davison today.
We're tied at 14. And we have a timeout here by Coach Ral Dricafort.
Yung mga A-pass saka off, pag binibigyan yung mga wing, option pa rin na. O puro maluan. May butas pa rin naman. Spacing pa rin. Pwede. Diretso. Ito kaya? Go, 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 go. Liam, pasa.
Okay lang, sige lang. Okay, sa PLDT!
That's Mitch Kopp, assistant team manager of the AKARI Chargers. In attendance here. Fifi Sharma and AKARI tying things up at 14. We were also tied at set number 2 at 14, and we know what happened there. It was a close set. Back to Savvy.
Oh. Another error for Davison. You know, the ending of the second set could have actually bothered Savvy. I mean, in terms of, because usually her attack efficiency is also very high, but in today's game, specifically here in this set,
there's a 26% attack efficiency in this game.
and you know, the blockers of AKARI able to get a touch or get a hand on her attacks.
And so Tones off the blocker's hands. AKARI now with a 2-point lead. And they are first to race to the second technical timeout. Savvy Davison looking to get going here. She has been challenged, let's put it at that, by the defense of the AKARI Chargers. I think part of that is the Justine Hazareno effect. A lot of great digs from Hazareno, and of course the blocking of AKARI here, and
I think also, you know, has to do with the predictability, because they know that if Davison is in front, she will be getting most of the sets.
so Tones also having a field day here. Savvy. That is wide. And now a 7-0 run for the AKARI Chargers. So Savvy will be given a reset here for Coach Heraldrick, from Coach Heraldrick Ricafort rather, as Bedonia will check in for the first time.
I think it's also good to see things in a different perspective, watching the game from the sideline.
Fajardo set up for KKD. The counter by Bretzel Soltones has 13 points, leading all scorers in this game. It's an 8-0 run for AKARI. Reyes neutralized by two blockers. Back to Soltones.
That didn't cross.
That ends the 8-0 run, much needed for PLDT.
That was a solid run for AKARI.
Number 3, Reyes out. Number 2, Sheila Kiseo in.
Caseo is back in.
Now serving for the high-speed hitters, Sheila Kiseo.
Alba, ipapabawi si Soltones, and Majoy Baron getting the block.
It has been a while since a PLDT scored off a block.
And that is a service ace for Sheila Kiseo, and now a 3-0 run in response.
This is a good substitution. I mean, a very familiar one. Something that they really do. Pero ito yung sinasabi natin, when you're put in, it has to be quality minutes.
Another sharp serve for Kiseo. Aba back set to the opposite side. No entry, and we are all tied up at 18.
Blocking has been instrumental, allowing PLDT to match AKARI score. Of course, also the substitution with Kiseo.
That is the 5th block of Majoy Baron, by the way.
No biggie, sabi ni Majoy. She's been quiet here in this set.
That has been the run stopper for AKARI. They try to go to Fifi Sharma.
And they're able to do that if passing is good. And it's not always about hard attacks. No? Talaga binibilisan lang nila to catch the defense of PLDT off guard.
KKD easily dug by Alba, but a chance ball for the high-speed hitters. Fajardo, the set, Bedonia. What a move from the bench.
Nice decision to go for an off-speed shot just behind the blockers. Great decision to make these substitutions. I think this has been instrumental in allowing PLDT to catch up.
Soyud. They've been getting just one blocker on Ellie Soyud, and she has been converting. Another close set, Anne, here in set number 3.
As expected.
Fajardo, back to Bedonia, picked up by Laxina. The attack by Soltones is dug by Arado. Another try for Bedonia. It won't work. One more try. What an insertion off the bench.
Earning points here for PLDT. Look at that shot. Super slim, ano? Touch the line.
Unfazed. Bedonia with 2 points in the clutch, that is. It's a race to 5. Set up for Soltones, soft touch, easily put up by Malaluan. Now she goes on the attack. Finding the opening is Aliyah Malaluan. Malaluan now with 6 points off the bench as well. Callis back in. Soltones. Malaluan. No. Malaluan again. Now it's Soltones attacking. It's still alive. Good save for Laxina. Soltones. Oh, Kiseo not giving an inch. Domingo, a setter for Jean Soreño. A long rally we have here. Malaluan could not end it just yet. Soreño overhits. And now some cushion for PLDT.
So very good and long rally. Well, challenge right here. Crucial point, ano, if they do get this, at least hindi ganun kalayo ang lamang ng PLDT.
I'm loving the chess moves as well. Coach Tina Salak in set 2. And now it's Kiseo and Bedonia for Coach Raul Dricofort. No block touch.
Actually, most of the substitutions that we've seen here, even the timeouts, we've seen how after a timeout, nagre-respond agad yung team. Even the substitutions now for both AKARI and PLDT have worked very well for both teams.
Cal, one-handed set. Kiseo will bump it. Malaluan will try. And Maraluan has been big. And now a 3-point lead from PLDT with the context that Savvy Davison is not in the Tataflex. So great substitutions, and now Coach Tina Sala calls for time.
Okay, ngayon, tiwala naman tayo dun sa mga, mga spikers natin. Basta may coverage lang. Kailangan may cover. Mo, i-discarte tayo, tapos spikers natin. Okay, huwag tayo magmamadali sa decision making. Kaya huwag natin pahirapan si Moy, magandang pasa para makakonvert tayo. Okay?
Next-led Chameleons will wait some more because it's been a long game between AKARI and PLDT, but an exciting one. Both teams playing really good defense. PLDT now on a 9-2 run. Savvy was struggling, but just the insertion of Betonia with 2 crucial points here, Anne.
Right now also very steady right there at the service area.
Good first pass. Slide. Not there. Quickly to Majoy. And it is set point PLDT.
PLDT scoring off these drops, off-speed shots. Not about those big hits.
Soltones. It will be given to Malaluan. Good denial at the net. Aliyah, one more try. That is outside for Malaluan. Fajardo, Baron, and a regalo for Malaluan with her 8th point to put an end to set number 3. PLDT coming in clutch. Despite the struggles of Savvy Davison, they are playing a team game here. And now they have a 2-1 advantage.
All the sets so far, 30 minutes or more. We've had exciting rallies, good defense.
A good libero matchup. PLDT now with a 2-1 advantage. PLDT, they responded. AKARI had an 8-0 run, and you thought they were going to pull away there, and then they responded with a 9-2 run to end set number 3.
I mean, you know, AKARI leading 18-14 of PLDT, but, you know, they made some adjustments, and we did mention this during the game. For both AKARI and PLDT, the substitutions really worked for them. I mean, PLDT winning that set without Davison on the floor. As we look at the numbers, a much closer one for set number 3 in terms of attacks. But for PLDT, I think this is where we felt their presence again at the net. 2 block points for PLDT in that last set. Talos even lang for the aces. But again, for AKARI, I think this is where we want to point out how in that last set, similar to the second set, medyo marami silang naipamigay na puntos from their errors. And, you know, I think if you're up against a team like PLDT who was down pero kept their composure and then really earned their points one at a time, you can't just give up points like that.
Leading scorers so far, Davison with 13, Soltones with 13 as well. Set number 4 coming your way, Jaime Escalon with Andre Mulyakanda and Kyla King-Su at the sidelines. AKARI looking to extend this to a set number 5. And why not? The way this game is going, all the sets 30 minutes or above.
And even AKARI, sanay na sanay naman sila sa mahaba. You know, I'm also looking at some numbers. One of the biggest shifts for the high-speed hitters in set number 3, they're digging. In the digging department, it went from 14% in set 2 to 39% in that last set. I think that made a huge difference.
So Savvy is back here to start set number 4. So she was able to press that reset button. Abel as well will start set number 4. Soyud slowed down by 2 blockers. Now it's Savvy. It's exactly what you said, Anne. I remember okay yung ginawa ni Coach Ral talaga doon.
Steady start for PLDT. It also goes to show how deep the benches are, no, of the teams.
Good coverage for AKARI. Chance here for PLDT. Back to Davison, off speed. Soyud adjusts. Bump to the other side, KKD. I think that's 3 for 3. That specific move.
That was actually high as well. KKD just going for that drop.
12 points for KKD.
Oh, the serve.
Service ace for Mika Reyes. A good start. Trying to end the game here in the 4th set and go undefeated at 3-0. Sharma. Tugged by Malaluan. Here's KKD. Sent back by Laksina. Davison trying to swipe it. Well defended. Soyud. Switch up. Long rally again. Alba looking to put an end with Soyud. Cross court. AKARI gets on the board.
A lot of long exchanges in this game. Again, just really goes to show how much present the defense and the coverage is for both teams.
That's a good set. Good up though by Alba. Now I think Kyla King-Su is ready for a story here. Kyla, what's going on there?
Hi, man. And in this 4th set, I want to put the spotlight on the exciting and star-studded libero matchup we have in this game, because we do have 2 libero captains on both sides of the court. Let me start off with Justine Hazaren for AKARI. When it comes to the end game, she told me she wants them to learn to slow the game down mentally. In crucial points, she says they have a tendency to rush or force plays, so she wants them to trust the rhythm, stay steady, and let the right opportunities come. On the other hand, Capitan Cap Araro said they're pretty comfortable dictating pace in these games, but the challenge lies in how easily AKARI can adapt. Sabi nga niya, Jaime, and it's always interesting here in this specific matchup. They're forced to feed off the energy and respond in real time and outsmart each other. How they navigate these crucial moments here could very well define the match. Jaime and Anne.
Those 2 players have been according to Anne, magicians here in this game, Kyla.
Really huge impact in today's game.
PLDT now with a 3-point lead. Now for AKARI, it's slowing the game down on the mental side. That's a big statement from Azareno.
And you know, it is very important kasi kung mentally nagmamadali ka, it actually shows.
Azareno managing to keep it alive. And a free ball for PLDT. Slide for Majoy. Pump set. Soyud will push. Malaluan was already laying down.
Gotta make it work.
And Fifi Sharma. Arado says surprise. And Davison finishes it off.
Oh, I think that rest she had earlier, seeing the game from the sidelines, really made a big difference.
6-2 is the count. Timeout is called.
Tapos inaantay mo yung 5 ka-setup na kagad yung dalawang na. Isa na napapalo na natin. Kaya kayo nag-check. Angat ng bola. Pihit tayo. Palo. Okay, reset na. Tsagain natin. Mahabang laro to. Tsagain natin. Ha? Walang bibigay. Okay, Justin, pwede tayo. Kusap tayo. Magkaan tayo. Pwede tayo.
Yung break ball nila, bitin yung set ng break ball nila. Guide, guide tayo, mark tayo. Mark first!
Eli Soyud and the AKARI Chargers find themselves down by 4 as Azareno has played an amazing game here. KKD as well, 12 points. Fifi put up by Kim Kiana D. Softer touch for Davison. Soltones could not find an entry point.
Blocking is on point for PLDT. Cap loving that one.
Fajardo getting a block. 5-point lead now. Pipe attack for Laxina. Too low. And PLDT will take us to our first technical timeout. Center and a 6-point lead for Majoy Baron, and PLDT looking sharp to start set number 4. Another inspired performance from Point City. KKD 12 points. Service is short and it works. Service ace.
Great all-around game by KKD.
Arado sending it to Davison. Was looking to go long, but just too long for that one.
Malaluan saying that there was a touch.
We have a challenge for PLDT for block touch.
Nothing to lose with this challenge. I mean, they do have the lead.
So Block touch challenge. That's far. No block touch, unsuccessful challenge here for PLDT. Zakarandang is in for AKARI, set to serve. Slide for Majoy. What a game Majoy has had. 13 points on 6 attacks and 7 blocks.
Big numbers. I think for Baron also, no, they don't always get to set in the middle, but when you know she gets a set, she really maximizes.
Back to PLDT, another one for Majoy, opting for the softer touch. Soyud able to go above the blockers. Malaluan set back. Nazareno was ready for that 1-2 play. And Soltones, not where she intended to target it.
Now we always say, you know, if you're targeting down the line, that is a very challenging target. She also had to avoid the blockers.
Strong attack by Domingo. Aliyah. Now it's with Soltones. Arado in position. Back row Davison. And who else but Nazareno was there. Kneeling set for Alba. Placement. Oh, Arado. Where did she come from?
Doing so well, manning the floor.
Baron with the finisher.
You know, it must feel so good for these players if you're having a long rally and you end it simply just like that, you know, with a drop.
That was not simple though.
But Arado, again, very impressive defense and coverage today.
Cut shot for Soltones. And it works for Gretzel Soltones. Eight-point lead, biggest lead of the set so far for PLDT.
Service time.
Savvy had to reach for that one. Soltones cross. Arado straight to Fajardo. Now from the left pin, it's Malaluan. One-handed. Aliyah going straight to Cal. The attack by Soltones and Arado covers. Battle at the net. It's a free ball for the Chargers. Another long rally we have in the set. Soltones nabitin.
Service
13 serving 4. Jean Soreño, binalik. Soreño, isa pa. Hitting harder for Jean Soreño. And now AKARI is looking for one last push.
And you know, there is a lot of urgency for AKARI. Ito rin yung sinasabi ni Kyla in her report, ano, mentally they have to slow things down. And I think, you know, if you're down 8 points, mentally parang medyo mapapamadali ka. There's pressure. You want to catch up sooner, faster than you can.
But it's 1 point at a time. And that is the first from Ivy Laxina. 13 points tallied. for Ivy. Sharp serve. Back row. Novena keeping it in play. Bump to Malaluan. What an angle there for Aliyah.
Novena unable to get to that.
Strong hit from Domingo connecting with Cal. That puts Domingo in double figures with 10 points. 7 serving 14. KKT again.
Just finds a way.
I'm pretty sure that move is 4 for 4. I've been keeping count for that specific swipe. Oof, that's too strong for Malaluan. Service error by AKARI will send us to our second technical timeout. Beto Soltones and the AKARI Chargers, they're down by 8. The first 3 sets were really close, but AKARI now find themselves down big. Like you said, and it's 1 point at a time. Their mental fortitude being tested here in set number 4.
I think we've seen how strong AKARI can be when it comes to offense. So they just need to make sure passing is good. It is a problem.
Chance ball. Alba from the middle. Soyud. Good play there for Alba.
One of the few times we've seen a combination.
Davison. Good coverage by Laxina. Free ball. Cap the set. Davison will try. That is inside for Savvy. Quickly to Zakaranda. She scores her first point.
Fast, quick sets. Working for AKARI. No blocker for Karandang.
Davison from the middle. Perfect placement from Savvy there. Savvy still getting to 17 points regardless of the defense.
She's recovered here in this set.
Soyud pushes to Fajardo. Malaluan. Back to Aliyah. Good save by Hazareno. From the back row, Laksina. And that is outside for Ivy. And this is now the biggest lead of PLDT, which is why Coach Tina Salak looking to regain composure here. AKARI Chargers, not a lot of room for error here in set number 4. The PLDT has been smooth sailing in the 4th set.
Of course, all starts with good reception, good defense, and coverage for the high-speed hitters.
Arado once again right there. What a save by Hazareno. And that is still good. Fajardo, Malaluan looking to put an end. Long exchange. Fajardo to Baron. Alba to Soltones. And she gets it off the double block. Winning that long exchange.
You know, if this was like basketball, na iba-iba yung points, so pwedeng 2 points, 3 points. But no, you have to earn it 1 point at a time. No matter how long it is, it's still just 1 point.
Kahit gaano pa kahaba ang rally.
Oo, kahit gaano kahaba yung rally.
11 serving 19 now. Alcantara is back in. Malaluan, soft touch. The ball is unsavable. Aliyah did not start this game, but has contributed really well. Also in double figures.
Now a familiar substitution.
Number 10, Number 2, Sheila Kiseo in.
5 away for the high-speed hitters. You know, some unsung heroes here. One of them is Sheila Kasey in the 3rd set along with Bedonia.
That was a good way to end that set.
Steady first pass. And Soltones has been a bright spot here. After scoring just 1 point in the previous game, she has 16 here on the spike of the set, brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan.
She is carrying a lot of load.
Alcantara to Malaluan. Good coverage from the back from Kiseo. Malaluan goes for the swipe.
There is urgency now for AKARI. Gotta find a way to put a stop. And they do so at the net.
Alcantara goes to Reyes. Everything working here for PLDT.
And this is a set where you see that they are more in control. Really dictating the pace here in the 4th set.
It's balanced scoring, and for PLDT, 4 players in double figures. Reyes with 8, Prado with 6. Laksina.
And you know, these errors not helping AKARI at the moment. I think part part of it also mentally, you know, they now feel the pressure.
We have a challenge here. You can feel the set number 3 was really a swing set for PLDT.
They were able to carry on the momentum all the way up to the 4th set as we look at that slow-mo. Seems clear.
So 3 away for the high-speed hitters to get their 3rd win of the conference.
Ooh.
Too much sauce on that one by De Leon.
But also for AKARI, some room to catch up.
Malaluan trying to locate an open spot, won't go. Pinabawi si Malaluan. Alba set up for Laksina. What a sequence for PLDT.
Just moving so fluid. High-speed hitters. Even in the adjustments, ano, parang it almost seems like it's automatic and they know what they need to do.
That is Reyes. 9-point, 2 away for the high-speed hitters. Ivy is denied. Alba choosing to attack. Davison.
What a sharp one. And she's been wanting to go to that angle. Pero kanina lumahaba eh. Going long.
Ball in, ball out, but
I think at this point, you can take this challenge. Nothing to lose. It goes in their favor. Have more chances.
we'll find out here in this ball in, ball out challenge. That is inside for Savvy Davison. So we are officially at match point for PLDT. And Savvy's 18-point. Karandang denied. And the PLDT high-speed hitters remain undefeated here in the All-Filipino Conference.
They've had a few lapses here in this match, but they did recover strong.
That last point is a block by Mika Reyes. Give it to Mika Reyes. So that's 5 players in double figures for PLDT. And
Great balance in terms of scoring.
there you go. PLDT gets it done in 4 sets. 3 sets to 1 win. We'll take a short break and we'll wrap things up when we return. First 3 sets were close at 30 minutes or above, but in set number 4, PLDT just got the job done. 5 players in double figures, and our best player of the game is with Kyla Kingsu. Kyla, take it away.
Here with me is our player of the game, Kath Arado of the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Big congratulations to you with 26 excellent digs and 10 excellent receptions. Still undefeated here in this All-Filipino Conference of PLDT High Speed Hitters. Nang unang-una, PLDT and AKARI is always an interesting matchup. Like we like to say, hindi naging madali yung panalong to. Ano sa tingin mo yung pinakamalaking adjustment na ginawa niyo today?
Unang-una yung sa pattern namin sa depensa. Kasi alam namin talagang hindi magiging madali, lalo na sa mga spikers namin. Kasi nga madidepensa sila lahat sila gumagalaw. So, ano talaga, tiyagaan, tsaka pahabaan ng pasensya. Yun talaga yung talagang baon namin at lagi yun yung reminder ng mga coaches sa amin.
And it definitely paid off in this 4-set game. Na I want to ask, balikan natin yung 3rd set, yung final minutes ng 4th set. Ano yung mga thought processes niyo nun? And ano yung mga sinabi on court or off the court, yung mga final reminders?
Well, credit talaga yun sa nag-sub. Si Lakisha, yung double sub namin. Talagang ready talaga yung mga double sub namin. Yung sa bench, alam talaga nila na inaako nila yung responsibility kahit na minsan nawawala kami na sa first six. So credits talaga sa kanila and yun, talagang tulong-tulong lang talaga yung nangyari in this game.
We know that PLDT is still undefeated here, but ano yung mga final or the main priority pagbalik sa training with the minor lapses here?
Unang-una, kailangan namin bumalik sa mindset namin na hindi magiging madali every game. And yun nga, trabaho lang kami ulit, pahinga lang siguro, and then trabaho ulit, yun lang talaga.
May gusto ka bang batiin? Go ahead.
Unang-una, binabati ko yung family ko sa Iligan. Mama, salamat sa advice everyday. And sa PLDT community, sa lahat ng fans ng volleyball, maraming salamat. Sa lahat po ng tao dito, nag-cheer sa amin dalawang teams, maraming salamat po.
There you have it, Kath Arado, our player of the game. Congratulations once again to you and to PLDT Hyman. And let's wrap this up.
Thank you so much, Kyla. But I love how Kat gives credit to her teammates because that set 3 was the swing set you were talking about. And as we take a look at our match statistics here.
You know, it was a very close match, but I think what spelled the difference here, no, in the different skill departments would be the blocking of the high-speed hitters, pati yung kanilang mga service aces. But, you know, really great insertions in the game. I think no matter, that's a good thing, you know, you have a solid team and the core is there. No matter who you put in, they really work as a unit, and I think that's something that we saw in today's match.
So PLDT remain undefeated in this conference at 3-0. AKARI still searching for their first win at 0-3. Up next, one more game here at Phil Oil. Next led Chameleons, a team also to look or to remain undefeated. They go up against the Galleries Tower High Risers. You can watch that here on Pilipinas Live app, One Sports Plus on Signal TV. But now it's time to say our goodbyes, and we'd like to say thank you for watching us once again. For the hard-working men and women of our Signal production crew, our director Marvin Chavez, our courtside reporter Kyla Kingsu, and my partner Andre Mulyakanda. My name is Jaime Escalon. Thank you so much for watching the PVL All-Filipino Conference. This is the Heart of Volleyball.